to my brain, my heart, sports talk with Mike. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling the effects of yesterday? Good, that means you did it right and you drank as much as you could. We're going to have a fun episode. I don't want to go and give you too much information. You guys all probably have headaches and you're not going to understand half of it. You're probably sleeping while you're watching this, and I understand that. So today on the docket, I'm actually going to name the 2014 Team USA roster for the Olympics, and it's just didn't go into too much depth with that. I just kind of have fun. I think it's going to be a great team. I'm also going to give my NHL awards up to this point, as well a fun game where I'm going to give you a name of someone in the NHL or MLB. You're going to have 5 seconds to probably think of the team I'm going to name that this player previously played on. And I was really shocked when I looked into it and did a bit more research. We'll see what happens. So first up, Team USA. The first line, I got David Backes of the St. Louis Blues, Zach Parise of the Minnesota Wild, and Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. Pretty gritty line, power forward and Backes, and scoring with Parise and Kane. There you go. The second line, Paul Stastny of the Colorado Avalanche, James Van Riemsdyk of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Phil Kessel of the Toronto Maple Leafs. There you go. You got more scoring, more playmaking on that line though. Van Riemsdyk, he should be a power forward, so maybe he utilizes his stature. Third line, Ryan Kesler of the Vancouver Canucks, Bobby Ryan of the Anaheim Ducks, and Dustin Brown of the LA Kings. So you know that's going to be a really that's a great checking line with scoring. That'll be the USA's best line, and you got to watch out for those guys. And the fourth line, Joe Pavelski of the San Jose Sharks, Max Pacioretty of the Montreal Canadiens, and Ryan Callahan of the New York Rangers. So again, you got more grit, so you got speed, playmaking, scoring. It's a great combination. Team USA forwards, they look pretty good. And the 13th forward, Alex Galchenyuk of the Montreal Canadiens. And I just, with USA, they tend to, what they're going to want to do is they're going to start bringing up the younger players, try to get them used to and accustomed to the Olympic style. And Galchenyuk, you're going to be the 13th forward. Moving to defense, Ryan Suter of the Minnesota Wild and Kevin Shattenkirk of the St. Louis Blues. Suter's usually a stay-home defense with an offensive side to him, and he's second in NHL defenseman in points this season. Shattenkirk, you're up there too, so it's a good first-line pairing. First defensive pairing, sorry. Second, Keith Yandle of the Phoenix Coyotes and Ryan McDonagh of the New York Rangers. On the previous episode, I said Ryan McDonagh should be on Team Canada. When I made a mistake, I meant Dan Girardi. McDonagh is American, and he'll be on Team USA for sure. And the third defensive pairing, Jack Johnson of the Columbus Blue Jackets and Dustin Byfuglien of the Winnipeg Jets. Byfuglien, more offensive side to him, but he's that big defenseman that you're going to like. And the seventh defenseman is John Carlson of the Washington Capitals. Canadians, you'll remember him for crushing our hopes in the World Juniors gold medal game against Team USA. Sadness. And in net, we got Jonathan Quick of the LA Kings, Ryan Miller of the Buffalo Sabres, and Craig Anderson of the Ottawa Senators. Jonathan Quick is going to be your starting goaltender. He's having an up and down season for the Kings this year, but he's going to pull it together for next season. I can guarantee you that. So that's Team USA. It's just kind of fun, and I think it's going to be USA and Canada in the gold medal game again. So there you have it. You want to know who your team's going to play, right? Next up, we got the NHL Awards. We're going to start off with the Hart Memorial Trophy, the MVP of the season. And who else but Sidney Crosby, leading the league in points. He's got more assists than about 3 people do have points. He has about 37 assists, and about 3 players have more than 37 points. So you know Sidney Crosby, he's back and he's better than ever. He's putting forth an effort to get the Penguins to the Stanley Cup, and he's my MVP for the season. The runners-up, Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks and Ryan Getzlaf of the Anaheim Ducks. Kane's helped the Blackhawks best record in the NHL, and the Ducks they haven't been too shabby against Love. He's back. He had a down year last year, about 57 points, and he's putting it together pretty well this year. The James Norris Trophy, awarded to the best defenseman in the NHL, Chris Letang of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's doing his thing. I mean, he's been a point producer the last few years anyway, and he's taking that to another level. Yeah, he got Crosby and Malkin, but he's the reason a lot of them get their points as well. The runners-up, we got PK Subban of the Montreal Canadiens. He could be the top point getter in the league had he not held out for the first few games. He just an amazing shot. He plays the body well, and the surprise addition is Slava Voinov of the LA Kings. He's a point producer, plus 10. He's doing what Drew Doughty can't for the LA Kings, and he's their unheralded MVP, in my opinion. Check him out. The Vezina Trophy, handed out to the league's best goaltender. People probably are leaning towards Craig Anderson. I don't have Craig Anderson just for the fact that he's injured. You don't know how long he's going to be out for. I mean, they'll say he's back next week, but you never know. My goaltender is Tuukka Rask of the Boston Bruins. Put up very decent numbers, very decent. And the runners-up, Corey Crawford of the Chicago Blackhawks. They went on that run with his help indeed. And Sergei Bobrovsky. I don't know if he qualifies for it. I think, he has 20 games played, so yeah, he qualifies for it. He's just been a surprise for Columbus, and he's it's above 500 and winning. He's just I think it's like 9-8, 10-8. And he's doing very well. I'm very surprised by what he's doing for them. The Calder Memorial Trophy given out to the rookies, to the best rookie of the NHL. I got Brendan Gallagher of the Montreal Canadiens. 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. He's about got a plus minus above 0, and he's doing the thing. He's mucking. He's just in the face. He's causing a lot of tension, and he's doing his job, and he's doing it well, and I like that guy. The runners-up, Jonathan Huberdeau of the Florida Panthers. He's been scoring on the penalty kill. He leads all rookies in goal scoring. He's doing his thing. And defenseman Dougie Hamilton of the Boston Bruins. Didn't like this guy up until he started playing for the Bruins this year, and I just see a lot of potential in this guy, and he's going to garner a couple trophies in his career. Frank J. Selke Trophy, awarded to the league's top defensive forward, and this is going to surprise a lot of people, but Marian Hossa of the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, he's about third in takeaways in the year, but only 8 giveaways, differential of 23. So he's playing great. He's great offensively, and he's doing his part defensively, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. My runners-up, Pavel Datsyuk of the Detroit Red Wings and Jonathan Toews of the Chicago Blackhawks. Both are 1 and 2 in takeaways, but the differential in takeaways and giveaways is substantially lower than Hossa. So Hossa, you get the Frank J. Selke Trophy, and I don't think a lot of people know that about you. The Lady Byng Trophy, awarded to the league's most gentleman player, Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. You have about 6 penalty minutes for the Blackhawks this season, and you're scoring. You're doing a lot of things, and your attitudes change from past seasons. And the runners-up, Jakub Voracek of the Philadelphia Flyers. He has 4 or 6 penalty minutes. And when you're playing for the Flyers and you have less than 10 penalty minutes, you should be the Lady Byng Trophy winner anyway. And the other is Chris Letang of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He has about 4 or 6 penalty minutes. And as a defenseman, it's very difficult to not take penalties, because you got to hook in players from when they're on the breakaway. And it's a harder position to withhold a penalty being called on you. So very well, Chris Letang. And my last trophy goes for the Jack Adams Trophy. It goes to Joel Quenneville of the Chicago Blackhawks. The streak. That's it. That's all I need to say is the streak. The runners-up, Bruce Boudreau of the Anaheim Ducks and Michel Therrien of the Montreal Canadiens. The Ducks are a surprise for a lot of the NHL and myself as well. I didn't expect them to be up there. And same with the Montreal Canadiens. They put up pretty decent numbers, and as we speak, they're first in the conference, I'm pretty sure, and then Pittsburgh. So they're just two surprise teams by two great head coaches. There you go. So those are my awards. If you agree with me, let me know. And if you would disagree with me, tell me who you think should be should get the trophy, and who the runners-up should be. And I like to hear what you guys believe. And the last fun little segment we have is: did you know these players play with these teams in the past? We'll start in the NHL. So I'm going to name the player. Give you about 5 seconds. Just come to your head. I'll name the team. This is all about honesty. If you knew that, let me know. If you did not know that, let me know. But you got to be honest with yourself. First up, Jarome Iginla. So he's playing for the Calgary Flames. The team that he played for before, the Dallas Stars. Did you know that he played for the Dallas Stars before we're going to Calgary? Second up, Zdeno Chara. He plays for the Boston Bruins, the captain. Did that beautiful spinorama a couple weeks back. He played for Ottawa Senators. But before Ottawa, he was with the New York Islanders. Did you know that? Next up, Francois Beauchemin of the Anaheim Ducks. He's playing great this year, especially great this year. He was with the Maple Leafs for a season or two. But before the Ducks, he was with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I had no idea. Next up, Sheldon Souray. He's currently with the Ducks. Before the Ducks, he was with the Montreal Canadiens, Edmonton Oilers. Could you think of a team that he could be with? He was with the New Jersey Devils before any of those teams. And the last player for the NHL, Dan Boyle of the San Jose Sharks. He's a good offensive defenseman for the Sharks. He won a gold medal with Team Canada in 2010. He played for the Florida Panthers before, but he also played for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning, maybe you guys didn't know that. Moving on to Major League Baseball, we're going to start with Brendan Phillips of the Cincinnati Reds, the second baseman. He's got that gold glove on him, great bat. But before he went to Cincinnati, he was with the Cleveland Indians. There you go, bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. Next up, Shane Victorino, the Flying Hawaiian. He right now he's signed with the Boston Red Sox. Last season he was with the Philadelphia Phillies and was traded to the LA Dodgers. But did you know he started his career with the San Diego Padres? I had no idea whatsoever. Here's just a fun one, and especially for me, because it is so close to my heart. It's Angel Pagan of the San Francisco Giants, center fielder. He came over to the Giants from the New York Mets, but before the Mets, he actually played for the Chicago Cubs in about 2005, 06, 07 seasons. There you have it. Next up, Paul Konerko of the Chicago White Sox, first baseman. I would have expected him to have played his entire career, but when I looked into it, he actually played for the LA Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds before going to the White Sox. That's some decent information. Nelson Cruz, the outfielder for the Texas Rangers, just insane power. He was great at bat, but he also brought his bat to the Milwaukee Brewers before joining Texas. I had no idea, and this is what's so fun about it. A lot of these players I had no idea. Well, NHL, I did not know Francois Beauchemin played for the Blue Jackets. I knew both Phillips and Cleveland, not Victorino, not Pagan, not Konerko, and not Cruz. And the last player for MLB, Jose Bautista. So, he's played here for the Blue Jays. Came over from Pittsburgh. But 3 teams that I had no sweet clue that he played for these teams. In one season, mind you. He played for the Baltimore Orioles, the Kansas City Royals, and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays when they were the Devil Rays. So before joining the Blue Jays, he was with Baltimore and Tampa Bay, 2 other teams in the division. There's no way you knew that he played for those 3 teams prior to joining Pittsburgh and then eventually to the Toronto Blue Jays. So that was just some fun information that I just had no idea about some of those players, and it's always great to know where some of these players started their careers at. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of My Brain, My Heart, Sports Talk with Mike. This shirt is tight, that's the only reason it looks like I have muscles.